Welcome back to the second part of Class 12 Physics, Chapter 11, Dual Nature of Radiation and Matter. In the first session, we had seen different types of electron emission and various experiments which led to the discovery of photoelectric effect, right? Today, we discuss the topics: experimental study of photoelectric effect, the effect of intensity of light on photocurrent, and the effect of potential on photocurrent. Let us see the experimental arrangement for the study of photoelectric effect. The experimental arrangement consists of an evacuated glass tube with two electrodes which are placed parallel to each other, and the electrodes P and C are given a potential difference with the help of a battery, and the potential difference between the electrodes can be varied using this potential divider arrangement. There is a transparent quartz window on the side of the glass tube. What could be the purpose of that? It allows ultraviolet radiations to fall on the emitter plate. The electrodes are: one is emitter plate, which is made of photosensitive material, and the other is collector plate. So the potential is maintained between the electrodes using this potential divider arrangement. Now what will happen when light is incident on the emitter plate? We know that electrons will start coming out. Electrons are emitted from the emitter plate. And due to the electric field between emitter and collector, what will happen? These electrons will move towards the collector plate. So this constitutes a current flow in the circuit. This current can be measured using a microammeter connected in series to the two electrodes. And the potential difference across the electrodes is measured using a voltmeter, which is connected in parallel to the electrodes. We can change the polarity of the electrodes by using a special arrangement called commutator key. So commutator key, as you can see, there are 4 gaps. When the keys are placed in these 2 gaps, the connection is established, and you can see the collector becomes positive charge and the emitter becomes negatively charged. So what is the purpose of commutator key? It reverses the polarity of the electrodes. So the collector can be maintained at a desired potential, either positive or negative, with respect to the emitter plate with the help of this commutator key. We can use this arrangement for the study of photoelectric effect. How? We can vary the intensity of the incident light and study how the photocurrent varies. We can vary the frequency of the incident light as well as the potential difference between emitter and collector plate. Also, by changing the material of the emitter plate, we can study the change in photocurrent. How can you change the intensity of light? By bringing the source towards or away from the emitter plate. The intensity can be varied. And how can you change the frequency of light? We use lights of different colors. Green has a particular frequency, yellow has another frequency, red has another frequency, like that. And we can vary the collector potential by the potential divider arrangement as well as the commutator key. Now let us see how the photocurrent varies with the intensity of incident light. And when a graph is plotted between intensity of the incident radiation and the photocurrent, see, we get a graph like this. So the straight line shows that photocurrent is directly proportional to the intensity of the incident light. What does that mean? As you increase the intensity of the light, the more and more electrons will acquire that energy from the incident radiation and come out of the metal surface. That is how the photocurrent increases. Current increases means number of photoelectrons injected increases, is it? number of photoelectrons emitted is directly proportional to the intensity of radiation. Is that clear? So as the number of photoelectrons emitted increases, the photocurrent also increases, and it is observed that this photocurrent is directly proportional to the intensity. Okay, now what is the next factor which we can vary to study the photocurrent? We change the collector potential. Initially, the collector electrode is given a positive potential with respect to the emitter electrode. What we did is we increased the collector plate potential. The positive value of the collector plate potential is increased. But remember, here we are keeping the frequency of the light constant. In the graph, the photocurrent increases with the collector plate potential. That means as the collector plate potential is made more and more positive, what happened? The photocurrent increases. The photocurrent is not increasing after reaching a particular maximum value. After that, even if you increase the collector potential, there is no increase in the current. The current has reached the maximum value, and this maximum value of the current is called saturation current. So what could be the meaning of that? The saturation current corresponds to the stage when all the photoelectrons emitted by the emitter electrode has reached the collector plate. That is the saturation current. Now the potential on the collector plate is now reduced, or it has come to the negative side. Negative potential is given to the collector electrode with respect to the emitter electrode. See the shape of the graph. As you decrease the retarding potential, you can see that the photocurrent decreases. Photocurrent decreases suddenly and drops to zero for a particular value of this negative potential or the retarding potential. The intensity of the light is increased. The frequency is the same. Okay, only the varying factor. Now the intensity of we have increased the intensity of the light to I2, which is greater than I1, and perform the same experiment. We increase the collector plate potential, and we can see that the current reaches a maximum value and it becomes constant, the saturation current. And as you reduce the or as you give the negative potential to the collector plate and gradually increasing the negative potential at one point or for one particular negative potential of the collector electrode, what you can see, the photocurrent suddenly decreases and drops to zero again at the same point. Remember that. Again, we increase the intensity of the incident radiation to I3. So I3 is now greater than I1. The frequency is kept the same. And repeat the same process. You can see that the level, the saturation current increases. The saturation current increases with the intensity. But here one very interesting thing is that even though the intensity is increased, the current stops at one particular potential, negative potential, retarding potential, and that particular potential is called stopping potential. From this graph, the variation of photocurrent with the collector plate potential, we have seen that photocurrent increases with increase of positive collector potential, and for a certain positive potential the photocurrent becomes maximum or saturates, and this maximum value of current is called saturation current. So what is the significance of that saturation current? That means all the photoelectrons have reached the collector. Now when the collector potential was decreased or made negative, what happened? The photocurrent also decreases, but that decrease is very rapid and it drops to zero at a certain sharply defined negative potential VO. We mark it on the graph as VO, and this minimum negative potential of the collector plate for which the photocurrent completely stops or becomes zero is called stopping potential or cutoff potential. By studying the variation of photocurrent with the collector plate potential, we have learned two important terms there. One is saturation current and one is stopping potential or cutoff potential. What interpretation or what conclusion we can make from this graph? We know that all the photoelectrons do not have the same energy. If all the photoelectrons emitted are having the same energy, what will happen? When the negative potential is given, the current will drop to zero all on a sudden. The photocurrent is zero when the stopping potential is sufficient to repel even the most energetic photoelectrons. What is the significance of this negative retarding potential or the stopping potential? The photocurrent becomes zero there. How the photocurrent becomes zero there? That stopping potential was sufficient because we are giving negative potential to the collector plate. Electrons are also negative. Collector plate is also negative. So now you come back to this statement. All the photoelectrons emitted do not have the same energy. So we can write this equation as kinetic energy maximum. Maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectron is equal to EV0. Kinetic energy maximum, work done and kinetic energy are same. So maximum kinetic energy of the electron is equal to E into V0, where E is the charge of the electron and V0 is the stopping potential. So this is the interpretation of the graph. Okay, what is the explanation you give for this? Keeping the frequency fixed and the intensity is increased to I2 and I3, which is greater than I1. What do you observe and why? How do you answer this question? So this is the end of part 2. Please go through the topics and understand the concepts well. Thank you.